Well, good morning and welcome back to another edition of Hiking Journal. This will be our second part of our adventure out into the Mojave Preserve. In this episode, we pick up just after we've returned from watering our Joshua trees, or tree. We drive back down Aiken Mine Road. We're looking for a place to wild camp or to overland camp. And we happen to find that at the corrals is actually a really good spot. So we set up a quick camp at the corrals. We have dinner and we try to stay warm throughout the night. It got down to 18 degrees again. But before we did that, we took a trip, a hike. Jerry noticed this, that we were only 7-minute walk from the Mojave Phone Booth. Now, if you're not familiar with the Mojave Phone Booth, it's an old style phone booth in the middle of nowhere, literally in the middle of nowhere. And it's got some history to it. It was built or installed just after World War II for the people that worked in some of the SEMA mines in the area, the cinder mines, and it was used by locals. They were traveling down these old dirty, dusty tracks through the desert, and they needed a place to be able to make phone calls. So they strung telephone line through there, and they had that one phone booth. Well, it was used only by locals. Well, at some point, somebody discovered that there was a phone booth in the middle of nowhere. And a short time later, somebody happened to see a post that was written in an article. I think it was posted by the New York Times, and it actually posted the phone number of the phone booth. So somebody called the phone booth, and they called it multiple times until finally they got somebody to answer. And he posted about it on the internet.
I was reading through the letters to the editor, and there was one from this guy who talked about seeing the word phone on a map of the Mojave Desert. And so he said that he had driven out there, and indeed there was a working telephone, and he included the number. And I decided that I would call that number at least once a day, every day, until somebody answered. And it was about 30 days. It was inside of 30 days when I called it one day and it was busy. And I thought, well, either I dialed it wrong or there's actually somebody at that phone booth in the middle of nowhere in the Mojave Desert. So I just kept redial, and then it rang and somebody picked up. And it turned out to be a woman named Laureen who had a cinder mine out there, and just happened to be making some phone calls. And she said she never heard the phone ring before. But even after that, I just decided, I'm just going to keep calling it. So I did. And then I put something on the web about it, and one thing led to another. And pretty soon people all over the world were calling it. It was a connection. It was a connection. You're sitting at some desk in some god-awful cube doing work that there's no way you would do if you weren't being paid for it. Just something that has no intrinsic value to you. But you can take a little vacation. Take a vacation to the desert in the middle of your day. They love just talking to people in different countries, which is funny. I mean, you could do that every day. If you're in the middle of nowhere, it really somehow, it kind of sets that in relief that here I am in this really isolated, unique, individual place, and here's this person on the other side of the world, and we're talking. And it doesn't even really matter what you talk about, out there, ringing away. And then when I finally did hear that, to be out in a place where it's just so quiet. I mean, when the wind's not kicking up, just almost unimaginably quiet and peaceful, and then to hear that.
And ever since then, it's up till just fairly recent. It's been sort of a cult. People from all over the world would randomly call this phone booth in the middle of the Mojave Desert just to talk to whoever was there. So anyway, it's pretty iconic, and so we took a trip down to see that. And then in the morning, we drove back down Interstate 15 through Baker, and went back into the preserve at Basin Road, and drove all the way down Basin Road over the Burlington Northern Santa Fe Railroad tracks, and worked our way down toward an old historic grave that's been there since the 1930s. And you can't see this grave from the dirt road. You'll have to actually be on the train tracks. And even then, it's really hard. You got to really know where it is. And I actually had GPS coordinates for it. So we got to go explore and checked out the Megaphone. And then on the way back, we're heading back west along the train tracks. And Jerry noticed on the map that we weren't too far from a trailhead called Spooky Canyon. And Spooky Canyon is a slot canyon right at the confluence of Aiken Canyon and Aiken Mine Road and the railroad tracks. And so we went up there and explored that before we headed back out, back to Interstate 15 and then drove home. So anyway, that's what this episode is going to be about. It's going to be about our adventure at the Mojave Phone Booth, our trek out to see the Mojave Megaphone and Spooky Canyon. That'll all be coming up next in this edition of the Hiking Journal. This is our first episode for 2025. Can you believe it? It's already 2025. Well, anyway, stick around and I'll see you on the trail as we head on out to the Mojave Phone Booth. Coming up next. Well, we made it out to the trees, and now we're on our way back on Aiken Mine Road, heading toward Valley View Ranch. We're not going to go all the way to Valley View. We're going to go to the corrals and see if it's feasible to camp there tonight. It's already almost 4 o'clock, so it's going to be getting dark here pretty soon. And we want to set up while it's still daylight, and also get my stove out, or my campfire, my fire pit out. So we're looking forward to that. We didn't get to do that last night, so we're going to try to do it tonight. In the meantime, we're going to work our way down this road, and I don't have my seatbelt on. Get back to the corrals and get some dinner started.
When I crawled in to go to bed last night, I plugged my phone in and charged it, and a message popped up saying, "Can't charge until the phone warms up some more."
Oh, jeez. Well, that was our down power line, our power pole. It's actually telephone lines. So we're heading down Aiken Mine Road still, working our way over to the corrals. And at some point, these poles will end, and then we'll know we're at the corrals. When we came up here a few years ago, there were several of these literally snapped in half from the fire. Part of it from the fire, part of it was just storm damage. But sure is pretty this time of evening, cruising through. You see the down Joshua trees here. There's a little sandy patch here. We're not in 4-wheel drive. We're in 2-wheel drive. In fact, here's another pole that's been snapped in half. Here in a second, you can see what I'm talking about. In fact, the pole's not even there. The line is just hanging on the cross member. I don't even see the pole. I don't even know where the pole is. Well, I guess they don't need the phone lines out here anymore, so they haven't made any effort to repair it. We're not too far from the corrals. That'll be our destination for tonight. Well, we stopped at the corrals to set up camp, and Jerry noticed that we're only a 7-minute walk from the Mojave Phone Booth, which we know is no longer there, but at least maybe we can get to the site, which is also along the Mojave Road. Since it's only a few minute walk from where we're camping, but oh, what the hell, we'll go down and check it out. Well, this is the site of the Mojave Phone Booth, right as the sun sets here in the Mojave Desert.
That was a good removal then, taking up the foundation and everything. All that's left is pottery. Yeah, you can't tell anything.
Yeah, we've got the line coming down from the tree, or from the pole. That's where it came down. And according to pictures we've seen, it was looks like it was just to the left of the pole. Oh, it's kind of a bummer that they've taken it out. Well, tonight's dinner is going to be Mountain House beef stroganoff. Yeah, I got it on my old Coleman dual fuel stove. That's not the lid that goes with it. I don't know where the lid is. It's somewhere in my stash. So I'm just going to use that one. It happens to fit. All I need to do is cover it, so it's going to work out. Got our fire going. Got my swag set up, and I don't even want to say it, but right now there's no wind. Well, good morning. It's another cold start to our day out here in the Mojave Preserve. 18 degrees right here, 18. And luckily right now there's no wind, which is a savior for us. Last night it got down to, I think, about 25 or so, a little lower than that maybe when we went to bed, but we did have a campfire last night, which was great. It made us able to stay up a little longer and enjoy the campfire. We were up till like probably almost 10 o'clock last night, which is late for us. And it was cold by the time we went to bed. But the sun is starting to come up on the horizon. It's on the other side of the dome, so you can't see it from here. But it is illuminating the hills to the west of us. And the Joshua trees look beautiful. This is the healthier side of the Joshua trees. The grove that's over here right next to the corrals. And I slept really good last night, and way better than the night before. I was toasty warm inside my swag, and never got cold at all, not one time. I was shocked. I only woke up one time, probably around midnight, to go pee, and then that was it. Solid as a rock. At one point, I heard the wind rustling around. I heard part of the canvas flapping a little bit, and I heard some things outside the tent, moving around a little bit, but nothing major. And then I was kind of surprised. I thought, oh great, it's going to be a windy day today. But then when I woke up this morning, nothing. Not a breath of air right now, which is awesome. So anyway, today is going to be our last day here in the preserve. We're going to go to, we're going to drive out past the Hidden Valley Ranch. We're going to go over to the SEMA Mining Company, which is basically the Shell gas station off of SEMA Road. It's the new section of road they just built, or just rebuilt. And we're going to head down through Baker, top off with gas, and head south on the 15 and come back into the park on Basin Road, and take Basin Road down south to across the Mojave Road again, and go down to the train tracks, cross the train tracks, then go left, and hopefully work our way to Crucero and our access point to the Mojave Megaphone. So we'll see if we get there today, but so far we're off to a great start. I might even get a little fire going in the morning just to take some of the chill out of the air. We can warm our hands over that. We got plenty of time today. There's no rush. But I do have to go back and get the coffee going, because that I need. What a gorgeous sight out here in the desert. If you've never been to the desert, people think it's boring and it's ugly. It's actually not. It's actually pretty nice. And we did not see one single person yesterday, not one, all day. And so far, obviously, nobody here today either. So. Anyway, let's go get the fire going and get some coffee. I need it. Well, we packed up from our campsite at the corrals, and we headed back down the road. I guess it's Aiken Mine Road. We just passed around the Valley View Ranch, and we're making a slow descent down towards SEMA Road, the main highway that'll take us to the left, to the west, and get us out to Interstate 15. So we're going to make a stop at the SEMA Mining Company, whatever it's called, the little Chevron or Shell station, and maybe get a soda or something, get some snacks maybe, and then hit the 15 and head south toward Baker. And when we get to Baker, we'll top off our gas tanks and maybe get something for lunch, who knows. And then we'll head back into the preserve again, down on Basin Road. Shouldn't take us too long. It'd be nice to be on asphalt road for a while, where kidneys rest. There we go. It looks like another great day. There's not a cloud in the sky today. Crystal clear. Well, I flipped the camera around just so you can see the road conditions on this Aiken Mine Road. This road goes straight as far as the eye can see. I guess Jerry said that was, I think she said that was what, Clark Mountain? And then way off to the left in the distance, you might be able to see maybe Interstate 15 heading north and south from Vegas. And we're going to be coming up on the paved road here, not too long. A few minutes, and then we'll be making the left. You can't see Baker from here, but it's over there. It's not too far away. Temperature is 47 degrees at 10 a.m. this morning, so it's not too bad. That's about as high as it got yesterday. It might not even have been 47 yesterday, so maybe today it'll be a little warmer day than yesterday. It's a little breezier though, so we'll see. What's left of the SEMA Dome burn zone just totally decimated all the Joshua trees out here. And that's the reason for the planting out here. It's just a shame. We finally made the turn on SEMA Road and we're heading down toward Interstate 15. Way off in the distance is Interstate 15. This is that section that they've totally redone. It just opened a week ago, 2 weeks ago. And they've got tortoise fencing on both sides of the road for like the last 3 or 4 miles. And to prevent tortoises from crossing into the road and getting squashed by the commuters, I guess. But we're going to be stopping here at this Shell station, not for gas, just to check out the souvenirs and beef jerky and snacks. And then we'll be getting on the southbound 15, heading to Baker. All right, well, we have arrived at this little touristy gas station here. They have a little mining display, house of jerky. We don't need gas or anything. We're just going to stop here and check it out. They might get me a sticker or something. Maybe get a candy bar, maybe. All right, we stopped off at Chevron. We topped off, got some gas. 57 degrees on the Bun Boy thermometer. It's not really Bun Boy anymore, but
I'm fueled up.
all right, we're just driving by the thermometer right now. So we're gonna meet up with Jerry again here. He got gas at the Arco. We're gonna get on the freeway. Here's the on-road. Is it on-ramp right here?
Oh wait, you want to stop? You can just go
Yeah,
straight
that's
either way.
All right, we're gonna get on the freeway right here.
I see you.
Where's he at? Oh, there he is. All right, we're gonna be heading south to Barstow, and we're not really going all the way to Barstow yet. We're gonna go to Basin Road. That's where we're gonna start our adventure off-road again, trying to get to the Mojave Megaphone. I shut out one other time, so we're gonna see if we can get to it from this angle. Hopefully we will be able to do it. Head south from Baker.
Yeah, look at both sides of this road. It's all sand dunes.
Yeah, okay, well we're on Basin Road now. There's a little pull off here. I'm gonna pull up and see what this sign says. It says Razor Off-Road Rules. Off-highway vehicle rules. It's okay, we're not going that way, so we'll just keep going. Off in the distance somewhere up there in those hills, about 20 miles, 15 miles is the Mojave Megaphone. As long as the road stays like this, Jerry shouldn't have any trouble. All right, well this is like the crossing. Yeah, piece of cake. You can make it in your Tesla over this.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, well, Jerry is working his way toward us. We're going to be paralleling the train tracks for a while
You're
here.
gonna put your ear to the track.
He has a PA system. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
I can say, why is it so loud? crossing over the train tracks. Oh, are we supposed to go? There's a line. Are we paralleling it right here, or are we going to go down further?
Let me have a look. I think it's go down further. Shoot.
Yeah, I thought it was right here, this close to the tracks.
I think it's right here.
Okay, well, it looks like we're heading, I guess, due east, paralleling the train tracks. Trying to find the megaphone. Walking on there, not slowing down. All right, so we are on the road, paralleling the tracks. And you never know, we might hit a train. All right, well, we are in the middle of nowhere. Heading to Crucero and the Mojave Megaphone. But this is a spot we wanted to see. It's a grave site marker that's over here. Let's go check this out. All right, this is Dolores's grave site right here. Dolores Holland was buried here. Has a date on it, but it's covered in sand, so I really can't see it. A lot of railroad spikes. Has a date on there, but I can't read it. It's like July something, 1938, I think. All right, well, we have made a couple of turns off. We're no longer paralleling the train tracks, and now we are on this road, and we're heading toward those three humps. One of those humps is the megaphone. We're not sure which one. According to Jerry, we got 1.6 to go. The road's getting a little more full of whoop-de-doos, but at least it's not sandy. That's the part that was making us a little nervous. Not for me so much, for Jerry, because he doesn't have four-wheel drive like I do. But somewhere on one of those three humps is the megaphone. We just got to get a little closer to see if we can get a better shot at where it's located. We're going to keep going here.
In the whoop-de-doos.
All right, well, we can see the megaphone. We can see it. It's on top of the hill here. We're going to get up as far as we can. Even though it's rough, it's hard to pack, so we should be able to get up here to our start of our little off-trail hike to get to the megaphone in the middle of nowhere. We're going to drive all the way to it. What a deal. And there she blows. All right, well, we are in the middle of the Mojave Desert. And about 20 miles away is Interstate 15. And there's absolutely nothing up here, except right on top of that is the Mojave Megaphone. We'll get there in a minute. All right, at the top, right there is the megaphone with an American flag. All right, well, up here is the Mojave Megaphone. We're gonna work our way up there, see if we can get closer. There's also access from this side. How do you get up there?
Not easily.
Yeah. As you get to it from up here, maybe. Trying to figure out easiest route to get up here. A lot of these are loose. There's our vehicles down below, down there. I Like, how did somebody put that up here? All right, well, we have reached it. There's a path over here that goes down. It's easier to get up here too. But, wow. How bizarre is that? Let's see if I can get a little closer here without... So this heavy metal cast iron thing is sitting up here in the middle of the desert. 20 miles from the nearest paved road. How and why they did this, we'll never know. All right, well, this is our view from the Mojave Megaphone. There's our vehicles down there. We came from way off that direction. I'll do a 360 up here so you can see what's around here. Literally nothing. And over in this direction is the megaphone. Jerry and Dave hanging out, taking some pictures, trying to figure out how this got here. It's a little smaller than I thought. It looked bigger in the pictures, huh?
That's about what I thought.
Yeah. Don't know how this got up there. I guess it come up in 2 sections. They bolted them together or welded them together. Who knows? We thought it was artwork, and we thought it was a siren for emergency communication from the military, and then it turns out it's just somebody made this and covered it with animal hides to make a drum. Well, was it worth the drive out here? It is an oddity, that's for sure. And not too many people make it this far. This is my second attempt. We made it on this one, so luckily we'll get a good shot of the Mojave Megaphone. Well, we made it up to the top of the Mojave Megaphone right here in the Mojave Desert. That was one of the things I've been looking forward to see for a long time. And we finally climbed up the hill and we made it there. This was the last part of our Mojave Preserve adventure. We went out to see the Mitchell Caverns. We took a long drive down Aiken Mine Road and went to the site of our planting of the Joshua trees 2.5 years ago. We spent a night at the Mojave Cross the first night, and at the corrals at the junction near the Mojave famous phone booth, which is no longer in existence, but the poles and the wires are still there. And then today was a long drive down the 15 to Basin Road, and made the turnoff and drove 16 miles here off-road in the sand to get to the bottom of the trailhead here to get the top of the Mojave Megaphone. I sent a message to my wife and she's answering me now. Well, anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Hiking Journal, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and look forward to that next episode. Alrighty, take care. All right, we got a train.
Don't slow down too much. I like my momentum.
Now you know it is a train track that is still in use to this day.
Probably gonna be down there just past the green light.
Alright, well, we're going straight. And we're going down this road here into Spooky Canyon, supposedly where this is heading. dirt down here to the left. I don't know if that's a dust devil or what. So we'll see where this goes. We're going to take this a little ways. We're not too far from the bridge. It crosses over the Mojave River. The canyon walls are taking a little different shape here, changing colors as well. All right, well, we've driven a little ways past the Mojave River crossing and going under the train tracks here. Supposedly this is the entrance to Spooky Canyon. All right, we're going to be taking a trip All right, well, we're heading into Spooky Canyon. And you can see what's behind me here. We're heading into the canyon. It was not raining anywhere. This is not the place to be during a flash flood, that's for sure. Hold my hand. Now we're still hiking into Spooky Canyon. It's getting darker.
First day. I really am kind of, oh my gosh, look at that. I really am kind of claustrophobic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if it gets really tight, I can't go.
That cave's not tight.
I've been in it where you can barely get through.
Yeah, that I don't do.
I can't do that.
I don't think I can do that.
I'll take a few. Pretty much that's a natural step.
Well, get more around the corner before we come up.
Let's see. You know what? Believe it or not, yes.
Really? Oh, okay.
Watch your head.
Headache.
Oh, we reached a point where there's a rope.
Is this one of these things? Or
You have to put your foot into that big one.
okay.
What's it look like beyond?
I can't see too well, but I'm sure it continues.
Well, we're going through Spooky Canyon right now, and I really can't see where I'm going because of the, see a little bit ahead of me here, and working our way out from Spooky Canyon. And the walls are incredibly steep. They're probably well over 100 feet here. So we went as far as we could go without climbing the rope, and we really weren't prepared for that. We don't want to get hurt, so we're going to head back out. But, what a little side adventure. There wasn't a sign or anything. So luckily, somebody had posted something about Spooky Canyon, so that was a nice little side trip before we head back down to Basin Road and our drive back to Barstow. Well, that'll about wrap up this second part of our Mojave National Preserve adventure. Our hunt for the former location of the Mojave Phone Booth, a chilly remote camp at a site only known as the Corrals, and our 20-mile-long off-road trek out to find the Mojave Megaphone, perched on top of a remote mountain in the middle of nowhere. We also took a side trip into Afton Canyon and hiked into Spooky Canyon before heading home. In the next edition of the Journal, I hook up with an old Army buddy that I've known for over 40 years. We drove out to Imperial County near the Mexican border in search for a remote Navy base from World War II that's been abandoned. On our adventure, we braved deep, soft sand in the Jeep, some hellacious winds, and stinky, stale air that smelled like rotting fish, all in our effort to find this remnant of America's past. We also took a scenic drive through Imperial Valley's agricultural area within a few miles of Calipatria State Prison and explored a hippie and dropout haven known only as Slab City. Here, religious fanatics, mentally deranged psychotics, child molesters, drug addicts, and eclectic artists all share an off-grid existence without power, running water, or sewer. Here, they claim it's a lawless society. I guess we'll find out in the next edition of the Hiking Journal, the Salton Sea's abandoned Navy base, Salvation Mountain, Slab City, and my favorite, this is actually a spot on the map, called East Jesus. That'll all be coming up next. Oh, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and tap that notification bell to get the latest additions to the journal as I post them. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you down the trail. Bye-bye.
People used to drive all the way out here to talk to complete strangers. She met somebody in a chat room.
After a number of random dialings of the number, I began to reach random people.
Hello?
Bothered by all this tape.